Slam! That's the sound of teenage defiance. You may be hearing it on a regular basis when your son storms out the door following yet another battle of wills. Or perhaps you imagine it every day as you wait in dread for your daughter to decide that walling herself off in hostile silence at home no longer puts enough distance between her and you. Either way, it's a frightening noise. It's hard enough to deal with your home being turned into a battleground. Agonizing over what might happen to a son or daughter you can no longer control can keep you up at night and break your heart. This book is about how you can become a positive influence in your teenager's environment again, rather than just part of the place your son or daughter chose to slam the door on. It's about how you can get your teen to follow the non-negotiable rules for living in a civilized family, and how you can learn to negotiate the rest of the issues you have with your teenager. It's about shedding those entrenched beliefs about each other. He's purposely baiting me. You never let me do anything with my friends, as if I'm like 10, that only end in no-win battles. It's about giving teenagers skills that will enable them to achieve successful adulthood and serve them well for a lifetime. About getting to the point where you might hear, "So how can we fix this?" instead of, "I'm out of here." If you've picked up this book, you may already know that when every interaction with your teenager erupts into a fight, something is wrong. You're probably no longer comforted by your own reassurances that your teenager is just going through a rebellious phase. If any of the following scenarios sound like what's going on in your family, it's time to take action to reverse a trend you're beginning to fear will never reverse itself. Kevin is 15. Neighbors who were worried about what might be going on next door told his parents that their son was coming home at lunchtime a couple of days a week with his girlfriend and never going back to school. Loud music, noises, and laughter coming from Kevin's bedroom window made them think that Kevin and his girlfriend were drinking and having sex. His grades were decent, and his standardized test scores were off the charts, so his parents hoped he was just going through some phase. But when they found empty beer cans and used condoms in the trash, they realized they'd been downplaying their fears and finally confronted their son. A horrific argument broke out, during which Kevin screamed profanities at his parents. Lauren's mother describes the 14-year-old as completely changed since elementary school, wistfully wondering where her sweet little girl went. Lauren hardly speaks to her these days, except to make some snide comment about what she's wearing, or to yell back at her when her mother's unsuccessful cajoling finally erupts into a shouted command. One night recently, when Lauren's mom got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, she peeked in on her daughter, as she always used to when she was small, only to find her on the internet, talking with a strange man in another state.